Okay, here we go with my look at these two Gremlin figures I got here. I picked these up a while back from Toys R Us. I'm not sure if they're an exclusive to Toys R Us type of figure, but they keep these over in with the like collectibles section there, with like the comic book figures and other movie line type of figures, things like that. I believe these are made by a company called Neca. And let's start off here first by moving these guys kind of out of the way here, and we'll kind of talk about their file cards here. Just kind of pan up here. They come here packaged with these. I'm trying to fit this on the camera, but there are other ones you can get here in the set. They got Gizmo here, Stripe, and these two other Gremlins. I think this is the one from Gremlins 2 right there. There's the poker playing Gremlin there. It's got like the little character bio thing there for Stripe, and it's got the little like rules for the Gremlins here about keeping them out of sunlight, don't get them wet, don't feed them after midnight. And then the front of the package here is just, you know, where the little clear bubble enclosure, whatever it is, would go in the figures package there. And this is the one here clearly for Stripe, and there's the one for Gizmo. Shows the same figures here, and it has again the little character bio for Gizmo there. I think this was part of the first set. I think there was another wave that came out which featured just all the figures from Gremlins 2, or the Gremlin 2 style of Gremlin figures, and I think it had was it Gizmo like with the little backpack or something like that. But anyways, that's a look at the little packaging there that those came with. Let's talk about the figures themselves. We'll start off here looking at Stripe. This guy doesn't stand all that well. Try to get him to stand here. There he goes. He's just barely kind of standing. He wants to kind of fall forward there. But let's kind of pan in here and look at the detail on this guy. They did a pretty good job with the details. It's got a lot of little texture to it, and kind of like the reptilian skin there. Oh, see, there he goes. He's starting to fall. But you can see his eyes there. I think they did a nice job with the eyes, the way they're painted on. He's got the little furry hair here. Not quite really mohawk-like, but it's like fur nonetheless. See some little scales here on his shoulders. Right in here. Let's kind of come out just a little bit while I got this guy in my hand. And there's his feet there and legs. As far as the posability or articulation goes on this guy, it's not too bad. And Striped here probably has the most relative to Gizmo. Gizmo doesn't really have a whole lot, but basically you can kind of raise his arm up and down here. You can kind of pivot it around like that. It's not really on like a ball joint. I think it is kind of like a ball joint in there, but it's very stiff. But yeah, you can move it forward like that. This kind of is in the way a bit here. You can rotate them here around like at the forearm or elbow. Doesn't bend at the elbow at all. And you can rotate them here at the wrist. And then the legs here kind of go up and down, but there's no other movement to them other than just that, which is probably a lot to do with why he doesn't stand too well. If you could kind of straighten out his feet a little bit and balance him better, he'd be able to stand more, but he's kind of wants to fall forward, like I said. And same thing on this arm, pretty much the same level of detail. And the head's kind of on like a little ball joint, so that just can rotate around. And the mouth doesn't really move. It's kind of soft and rubbery here, so you can kind of press down on it if you want. But that's pretty much it. This guy does come with a bunch of accessories, and let's take a look at those. Basically, most of the accessories that he comes with is all the junk food and candy and snacks. Probably this has to do from like the scene where they go to the movie theater and they, you know, raid the little concession stand. So they got all these little, like, you know, movie style generic candies and chocolates and things. You know, they're all packaged with little stickers on them here. You know, milk balls. These obviously are supposed to be like milk duds or something. He has like some candy bars here. Cocoa Yums. Again, these are just, you know, generic no-name things. It's got this one here. It's kind of open. The detail on these is pretty cool. I like it. Here's another one here, Freakies. It's got like a little Gremlin character on it. And he's got the big bag here of popcorn, movie popcorn. It's painted on both sides. And he comes with the little buzzsaw here. I think that was a scene in the movie where he's like throwing a buzzsaw at Gizmo or somebody. So yeah, that's all the accessories that came with Stripe, and I think you can pretty much put these in his hand because they're kind of like soft rubber here, so you can have him like hold on to the candy bars, you know, and the little treats and things from the movie theater, so you can kind of do that there. This one doesn't stay in there all that well. So yeah, some of these don't really fit. This one probably fits a little better because it's a little larger, but yeah, there he's got his milk balls and his candy bar, like so he's ready to pig out. Yeah, just quickly, the hands here are kind of like a soft rubbery plastic, so they're a little pliable. So that's Stripe and his accessories, and now let's bring in Gizmo here, and let's just talk about him. Again, nice level of detail on him. This guy's a little lacking compared to Stripe. Doesn't really move a whole lot or pose a whole lot. Basically all you can do is just kind of rotate his arms here like that and like that. There's no movement here in his wrists or elbows or anything. His head's on the same kind of like ball joint like Stripe had, and his feet here are pretty much all molded into one piece, but they do kind of like swivel here. It's kind of like a big ball joint almost, so you can kind of rotate them in and around and twist them like that. So he doesn't stand, he probably stands a little bit better than Stripe, but he kind of wants to like tilt, so you got to kind of just find that right spot, and should kind of balance there. But see, these guys are like really top heavy, especially this guy because he's just like a big ball of plastic basically, or rubber. But there he is there, and let's kind of just turn him around. There's nothing much there on the back, and while I'm doing that, I forgot to look here at the back side of Stripe, but yeah, he's got nice detail there on the back. Again, I think this guy's a much better figure than Gizmo. As far as accessories for Gizmo, he's got these little like fur balls when they mutate into the Gremlins, or when they actually not mutate into the Gremlins, but when they multiply. So it came with 3 of these here, and they're kind of a soft, kind of squishy rubber. You can kind of squeeze them a little bit. They kind of give, it feels like an eraser almost. And his only other accessory that he came with was the 3D glasses here, but they're kind of lame in the sense that all it is just a flat piece of plastic with the 3D colored thing. There's no actual what do you call it, the little ear holders or whatever that would go over the ears. So this doesn't actually go on Gizmo. You can't make him actually wear it, which is kind of stupid really. They should have had like some kind of clips or something on here to kind of just snap it over his face at the least. He can kind of hold it here in his hand here like so. I think if you just kind of stick it in there like that, he can kind of hold it. So yeah, his accessories aren't really all that great, and that's about all you can do there, is just kind of hold it like that, which is kind of cheesy, and it doesn't really even stay in there all that well. So yeah, this guy I would say sucks when it comes to the accessories. And it's basically just like a little statue more or less, both of these guys. But they're kind of cool. Again, these are at Toys R Us. I can't remember how much they go for, like maybe 10 or 12 bucks a piece, so they're a little bit on the pricey side. But if you like 80s stuff, or you're like Gremlins, or just, you know, something that's kind of different to have, you know, they're kind of worth picking up. They do come with a lot of accessories, and some of the other ones here, like they show here on the packaging, they have a little more accessories. And I think these guys are better, obviously, than the little Mogwai Gizmo character there. They're going to have more articulation. So I'd say probably pick these guys up. I kind of got Gizmo here just to kind of have, because you got to kind of have Gizmo since he's sort of the main character. But yeah, so I'd say if you want to get these guys, pick them up. They're not too bad. Maybe try and catch them if they go on sale or on clearance from Toys R Us. But that's my look at the Neca Gremlin figures.